Good day all of you. Welcome to our channel Intelligible Tutorials and welcome to our session. In this particular session, we are going to talk about a new concept called process. What is the meaning of the process? In the earlier classes, in the earlier video lectures, we have already discussed the information regarding the process. What is the process actually? Once again, I will repeat what is the meaning of a process. So, process. It can be defined as an ongoing activity within the system or a program or a part of a program. That can be defined as a process. A process can be defined as like this. It may be a part of a program or it may be an ongoing activity within the system which is visible to the users and as well as which may not be visible to the users, and it may be a program currently running or it may be a part of a program which currently running or it may be a command under execution. Whatever it is, that everything is called as a process within the Linux operating system. Now we are going to see what is the meaning of a process table. Process table. A process table is one kind of the data structure which contains several number of the fields, field 1, field 2, field 3, field 4, like that. It contains the information regarding the process. That means it contains process ID, its parent process ID and its memory used and its entry, its state. All this information is contained in the process table. In the Linux operating system, each and every process which is currently running, that can be given a unique identification number that is called as process ID. It's a unique ID. As well as the PPID stands for parent ID. And the next one, memory. What is the meaning of the memory? While running the process, how much memory it is going to utilize. And the next one is entry, process entry. What is the process's state? Is it currently started or not? In which state it is? These two are relevant. State, entry. Okay. All these things can be, information can be stored in the process table. Okay. So this is one kind of the data structure that is called as process table. Process entry means the process is entered for running or not. Now we see what are the various system calls associated for creation of the process. See, there is one system call that is called as fork system call. This fork system call, whenever a process is currently running, that will be divided into two. This is called as parent and this is called as child. With the help of what? Fork system call. What is the meaning of the system call also? We have seen already. System call. What is the system call? Actually, operating system offers some set of the services to the users. These service points offered by the operating system are obviously called as the system calls. These defined as the service points of OS to users. So, system call can be defined as services offered by the operating system to the users. So, here we need to discuss the first system call called as fork. Fork means what? Divide. That means the ongoing process can be divided into two. The current one is called as the parent and the newly created one is called as the child. Like that, the process can be created using the fork system call. How the process can be terminated? What is the name of the system call that we use for this is nothing but kill. Kill is the system call to terminate the ongoing process. Kill is one kind of the system call. So here we discussed about fork and kill. Next we are going to see process ID. What is the meaning of the process ID? Already we discussed Previously, PID is the uniquely generated ID number. It's unique ID given to each and every process. We can get process ID with the help of two commands. Number one, using shell meta characters $$ gives the PID, and number two is the command called PS. PS stands for process status. Using the process status also, you can view the PID. So that is nothing but the PID. The currently running process ID information it gives. It's a uniquely generated identification number given to the particular process by the Linux operating system, which can be viewed with the help of two commands. One is the $$ and another one is the process status called PS. Next, we see one more thing that is called as PPID. PPID stands for parent process ID. So what is parent process ID? By which this running process is created, what is the parent of it, what is the ID of it, that information we can get using the parent process ID. Parent process ID is 1 because init is the process which is the mother of all the processes. The identification number of the init is always 1. So parent process ID gives always 1. This is the parent process ID. Next. Already in the Linux operating system, we discussed one command which gives the entire information regarding the ongoing processes is called as PS command. PS stands for process status. We have already discussed in our previous video lectures. This is called as PS, and PS having certain options. PS-F gives the information of PID and PPID, and PS-E gives the information as user ID, PID, and as well as the PPID. So you have to remember these two options also while working with the process status command. What is the meaning of the process status command? It gives the information of the currently running process. Now we are going to talk about the PS command. In the Linux operating system, there is only one command which gives the entire information regarding the process is called as PS. PS stands for process status. What is the meaning of the process status? It gives the entire information regarding the currently running process within the Linux operating system. So it have two number of the options. Number one, PS-F, and the second one is PS-E. PS-F gives the information process ID along with the parent process ID, whereas PS-E gives the information along with the user ID, the process ID, and as well as the parent process ID also it gives. Likewise, the information can be given with the process status command along with these two options. While working with the process status command, you need to remember these two options also, which gives the additional information regarding the process status. Now, we see the types of the processes. There are two different types of the processes. The first one is the foreground, and second one is the background process. Foreground processes are visible to the users. They can take input from users, whereas background are invisible. They won't take input from the user. No taking of input from the users. So processes can be divided into two types: foreground process and as well as the background processes. Foreground processes are visible. The current ongoing activity, it may be a command or it may be a programming under execution. Shell programming script is one example, or it may be a command under execution. All these things can be called as the foreground processes, which takes the input from the user. You can see the output also along with the process from the user. And the next one is the background process. You can't see it, it is invisible, and there is no input taking from the user because it's not visible to you. These are called the background processes. The best example for these background processes are system processes. System processes. So these are the two different kinds of the processes. And now we are going to see the Demon process. What is the meaning of the Demon process? Demon processes are called as system processes. They can be created by booting of the system. Those are invisible and also called as background processes. So one thing we have to remember is Demon processes are system processes and they can be created by booting of the system, and the next one is invisible processes, and the next one is, these are called as the background processes. This is the information regarding the Demon processes. And next we are going to talk about init process. While system created, only one process is currently running while rebooting. It is the mother of the remaining all the processes. That is called the init process. The value of the ID of the init process is always 1. So it's a process which is the first process while rebooting the operating system, which supports you to create the another set of the processes, all the other different types of the processes. So init is the mother of all the processes which are coming further. So this is nothing but the init process. The ID for the init process is always 1. And next we are going to see the zombie process. What is the zombie process? Zombie process is one kind of the process which is already dead process, but its information does not clearly removed from the process table. That is called as a zombie process. It's already dead process, but info from entry of process table is not removed. That is called as the zombie process. And we see what are the various process states. There are 5 states of a process. Process states can be divided into 5 states. The first one is init, or you can also say it as create. The next one is ready, and the next one is running, and next one is wait, and finally it is terminate. So these are the 5 states: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We see one by one. See, what is the initial state? While creating, we use this particular state. Whenever the process is under creation, that state is called the create state. So process is under create state means it is under creation. That is the create process. Creating a process, or by default it is init process. It is the mother of all the processes, just we know discussed. The second one is ready. Ready state means it is ready for execution. It take all the resources. It is ready for execution. That is the ready state. The next one is running. That means the process is under execution state. It is executing. That is called as a running state. The next one is wait state. In the wait state, the process may be waited for a particular point of time. It may be waited for a queue, in a queue from the scheduler. The scheduler keeps some of the processes in the wait state. It handles the important processes or most prioritized processes to handle, to execute. Remaining processes are kept under waiting state or queue state. That is the wait state. The last one is nothing but terminal state. These are the various states of the processes that we know. So this is the entire information of the process, where the process can be created. The init process is init is the main process for all the processes. It is called as the mother of all the processes. Its value equal to 1. And zombie process is a dead process, but its entries are not removed from the process entry table. It may be even it is dead, some of the entries, some of the information is not removed from the memory. That is the zombie process. And foreground processes, background processes, and daemon process, the system process, that is called as like that. We have so many number of the processes we have seen, and these are the process states: init, or create, ready, running, wait and terminate. And ps is the command which is going to give the information of entire processes, process id, PID, PPID and all, and it is having certain number of the options also. So all this is the entire information regarding the processes. Thank you.